I didn't want to have to do this video, okay? Because, if you're new to the channel, that's what I'm basically doing it for the new people who are just getting in and not being able to ever see all the videos that I had on my main channel that was terminated by YouTube. I had over 400 videos on that channel. So now I have to reintroduce, you know, everything that was revealed to me by the Holy Spirit. You know what I mean? And everything that I had discovered that now, it's out there already, but I got to tell you guys what I discovered and how I came to this revelation and how I was chosen from birth, because this was my destiny to reveal this monstrous charade that's about to take place in the very near future, okay? And so I'm just telling you right now, this is a live stream, and basically this is for the new people on the channel. So most of you people who are, from my, channels that were just terminated, because I had 3 channels terminated on one day, right? And before that, I had 38 channels terminated. So I've had 41 channels terminated, and this is the 42nd channel, right? I had already had it. Okay, this is the only one they didn't terminate. So I had 42 channels total. They took down 41 of them already. All right, so I lost thousands of videos in since I've been on YouTube, which is about 7 years, right? And okay, so let me explain to you. Like I said, if you're been on my channel before and you don't want to watch this video, you don't have to. This is just about how I came to this revelation and how it was my destiny, and why I will never stop talking about it, because I know that what I'm telling you guys is going to happen in the very near future, okay? Anyway, and like I said, I don't really want to do this video because my throat is messed up. It needs rest, but I have to do it because I need to get this as they say, the ball rolling, that way I can show you all the information that's gone now that needs to be shown before these events occur. Okay, now, so let me take a breath here. All right, hold on, because you got to understand, everything I'm telling you is by memory. I have nothing written down. I'm talking straight into my cell phone, into the cell phone camera here. All right. So now listen, what happened was, I'm going to start kind of in the middle, and then I'll work my way back into when I was a child. So in the 1990s, this is what started my, my journey. But ever since I was like 18 years old, even in the, in the 80s or whatever, I was always I would always question everything. I didn't believe just anything what people told me, you know what I mean? Because I saw how evil the world was, and I couldn't understand it, all right? So that's why I was always searching for the answer, right? to like, what are we here for, So anyway, so in the 90s, there was this trial called the O.J. Simpson trial, okay? And what caught my eye, because that was the first trial that ever was on television, okay? And it was broadcast basically 20 hours, a day, on 24 hours a day on the news channels, all right? Anyway, so like I said, I'm sitting there observing, this stupid trial. So what caught my eye, okay, this was the beginning of how it all, how it all became, how I started a channel on YouTube later. But okay, so I was watching the OJ son trial. And why am I emphasizing the son? Because here is how it started. So I noticed that Sims' son killed a person named Goldman, right? And and I said to myself, why did I notice that? Why did I notice that there's a son and a man in the story? I don't know why. Because, at the time I didn't know, right? At the moment, but I did. And then I noticed that in that same trial, the cop who found the bloody glove, his name was Mark Furman. Okay, so now you have Goldman, Furman, and Sim's son. And then I was like, yeah, this is, it, like I said, it started making my mind, think. And then I thought to myself, oh yeah, when I was a kid, this creepy story, because I never watched news, but this creepy story came into my mind. It was the Charles Manson story, about this cult of people who went around killing people and stuff. It was, they wrote books about it, movies, it was like Helter Skelter, even the Beatles, I think. I don't know what the heck, but what I'm trying to say, it was like creepy. And he had the Manson in his name. So you have Charles Manson, and you had the OJ Simpson trial where he killed the gold man and the cop was Furman. So the Manson caught my coat. I caught the Manson code. Then I tried to think, what else is there? And the only two other big stories ever was the Rodney King riots, where the Rodney King was beaten up by police, supposedly. All right. And he had the King in his name. And then I remembered Martin Luther King. Okay. And I was just a child then, but I just know that they always talked about Martin Luther King being someone important. So then I realized, okay, it's the King Man Son Code, So I started looking for that within the news stories. Okay. Now let me real quick. This is a live stream, so I'm gonna just check the chat to see what people are saying, and then I'm gonna move on because I need to rest my voice for a second. I told you this is a difficult video, folks, to do. Trying to remember, everything, and how, trying to make it cohesive to make sense. Okay. So then I started thinking, what are the stories that have the man's son in it? Okay. So I was like, oh, okay. You had like I said, the OJ Simpson son, Charles Manson, and you know what happened in World War II in Germany. All right, it's got the man in it. And then this is when I knew that I was right. When 9/11, because 9/11 is the big one, right? 9/11 happened. Where did it happen? It happened in Manhattan. Okay, that's when I knew that I was on to something. Okay, like I said, I already knew it, but I just needed confirmation, and that was the confirmation. So that's when I was telling everybody. I started telling everyone I knew around me, people, and they just said, oh, you're crazy, whatever. And then they kept on having stories with the man's son in it, throughout the years. But I was working so hard at the time because I used to work in a warehouse, and I was working like 15 hours a day, because I was doing overtime and trying to make money to feed my gambling addiction, So that's why I was working all these hours every day to like I said, to feed that addiction, which I will explain to you how I got rid of it later in the story. But so then I started watching YouTube once YouTube started, and I noticed that everybody looked like a liar on YouTube. You know what I mean? Anytime that you thought they were telling the truth, there's always some hidden you know, not just an agenda, but they were from a certain persuasion of people, you know what I'm saying, that run this world. Anyway, so you can't trust anything these people say because they play both sides, all right? So what I'm trying to say is when I started watching YouTube, I just didn't see anyone that I could trust, all right? So I said to myself, I got to get on YouTube, but I just didn't have time because I wanted the world to know about this King Man Son code. And then when I lost my job, okay, and I couldn't really find another job, you know, and my life was basically broken because I broke my neck and back, and it's a long story about how I damaged my back and neck throughout the years. But so once I came to a point where I had nothing left, I said, I'm going to get on YouTube and I'm going to show the world what truth looks like. And I'm going to show my face. That way people can look in my eyes and say, that is what truth looks like. And that's a person who asks nothing in return. I told everybody when I first started, I said, you will never see me ask for money. You will never see me selling anything, and you will never see me monetize my videos, okay? Because I want nothing but for you to hear the truth and nothing but the truth, okay? Now, so then what did you have throughout the years? You had stories like Scott Peter's son who killed his wife on Christmas Day because they love to, I mean, you know, they love to mock God, you know, and everything. So you had the Peter son. Then you had the Stone Man Douglas shooting. It's got the man. Then you had the Man Delay Bay shooting. Get it? You understand? And you then you had what was the other one? Look, folks, there's so many. Yeah, there was the Manchester bombing, and the guy's name had the man in it also. Like I said, I'm not going to get into every detail of the man's son, but I started doing videos on YouTube showing the man's son code. Okay, and yeah, just like the Nelson Mandela effect, you know, it's got the son and the man in it, and it's total BS. The Nelson Mandela thing. It's all a game being played by Google. But anyway, so as I was doing my King Man Son videos when I first started on YouTube, and also I showed everybody how where curse words came from and how it's directed at Jesus. I was the first one on YouTube to ever show that. Okay, that video's gone, so I'll have to redo that video. Anyway, so so as I was doing my King Man Son videos, I noticed that they never use the king anymore. I just noticed that they use only the man and son code. And so what I did was I told everybody that I'm taking out the king out of my codes right now. Okay. And I took the king out and I said, but one day, I said, this is what I told everybody when I took it out. I said, one day, because this is very special, this king code, because obviously it's only being used in particular, you know, events, big events like the Martin Luther King and the Rodney King. And I said, one day you're going to see the king being used in a monstrous story. I said, it's going to be huge. And that's what I was telling everybody as I took the king out of the King Man Son code. So now I was just using the man son code, right, as the main two codes. There's other codes, but those were the two main ones, all right? I'll give you an example. Like when you see the same initials, that's a code. When you see they use sexual innuendos, you know, that's a code. Like I'll give you an example, like Anthony Weiner. What did he do? That senator, he sent a picture of his wiener to some underage person. Do you understand? They love to mock us, all right? And they love to mock Jesus, all right? That's why you see every suspect or murderer, every suspect or person that dies has a Christopher You understand? Or Chrissy or Christine. You know, it's always mocking God, right? Now, so, and like I said, it all leads to Jesus and to the revelations where I'm about to tell you. So, um, where should I see? Like I said, folks, this is very hard to make cohesive what I'm trying to explain here. All right. So anyway, so I'm doing my videos. Then throughout the years, because I was doing all these fake news videos, I had 38 channels taken down by YouTube. All right. And so then I get to, because the first 10 channels that were taken down by YouTube, I didn't number them. After the first 10, I started numbering them. So I got up all the way to Jurassic Liars 28, all right, channel. And so I did the 26, I got up to 26, 27, and 28. 27 and 28 were taken down. Only 26 remained. And why did 26 remain? Because, so remember, the first 10 got taken down, then I started numbering them and I got up to 28. So that's 38 channels, all right? So anyway, so the 30, 27 and 28 got taken down and 26 remained. And 26 was the time I started talking about God. And that's the channel is when I got saved. All right. I always believed in Jesus. Okay. Because, you know, I'm Armenian, right? And the Armenians were the first Christians as a nation. Okay. I was born in Beirut, Lebanon. I'll get to that later in the story. But so I always believed in Jesus, but I was a lukewarm, and I did, you know, I was a huge sinner, a big time heathen, right? Anyway, so so that was the first time I started talking about God and being serious and trying to reveal, you know, what this world is about, really, you know, besides the codes and the fake stories. And why is this significance of Jurassic Liars 26? Because 26 equals the word God. G is the 7th letter, O is the 15th letter, D is the 4th letter, equals 26. What I'm trying to say to you is that the chance of all these coincidences happening is impossible. And I'm going to tell you why. You know, I'm going to prove to you. So once I got saved, I realized what the Bible said inside. Because I was, like I said, I was not biblically sound. Even when I started the channel, I was like, I would say things that made no sense, you know, until I started reading the Bible and then trying to see what, you know, how it all comes together. So I come to realize that Jesus, who is the King of Kings, was also known as the Son of Man. So my codes, the King Man Son code, had to do with Jesus. All right? Because Jesus is the King of Kings and the Son of Man. All right? And that's why they mock Jesus with those codes. And also, Jesus was crucified at the age of 33, and he rose from the dead after 3 days, again at the age of 33, because it was 3 days after, you know, being crucified that he rose from the dead. So that is when I realized that when they use the 3 or the 33 in their stories, that's also mockery to God, and that Jesus is God. So that's why those, you know, powers that be love the 33, because it's the number of ascension, because Jesus rose from the dead at 33. Okay. Let me take a break here, folks. Man, I told you, folks, this is not easy to do this video. For right now, this is the only channel I have. I'll let you guys know when I make the new channels. So do not subscribe to any channels right now except for this one that you're watching. All right. Anyway, So so then when I started doing these videos, I was trying to find, because uh uh here's something that was revealed to me, which I didn't know at the time was going to be so important. Okay, besides the King Man Sun code, it was uh watch this. It was the Ata, and you're like saying, for the people who were new, saying, what the hell are you talking about? What the hell is the Ata? All right. And so during 9/11, this is something I discovered again. I saw a name of one of the hijackers, the supposed hijackers, in one of the supposed planes. He was actually the first plane. He was the pilot of the first plane, and his name was Mohammed Atta. All right. And I had never seen a name like that before. I had like a name where it starts with the AT and it ends with a TA. Like I had never seen something that had the same letters forward and backward. You know what I mean? So again, this is something my brain caught that I didn't understand. Then I was like, okay, the Atta. Wow, what an interesting. And he had that devil look in his face, and I said, whoa, look how evil this guy looks, right? I go, they're doing this on purpose, They picked this dude because he's got devil eyes. And then I noticed that 9/11 attacks has the Ata. The word attacks has the ATTA, which is the Ata. So I said, wait a minute. Ata in the first pilot's name, Ata in attacks. Then I remembered the Manhattan, right? Because I told you it had the Manhattan had the Ata. it had the ATTA in it. I was like, what is this, right? And also the Ata also has the TT, which is the double cross, okay? Because if you've watched my videos, I told you that Christ, the word Christ equals 77. And if you did a second Christ, it would be 77 plus 77, which would equal 154. And the words the Antichrist equals 154. Okay. So what I'm trying to tell you is that the double cross is basically the second Christ. And there's only one Christ, and that's Jesus. You understand? But anyway, so the double cross so what I'm trying to say is that the Ata caught my attention. So you have Ata in the name of the first hijacker who supposedly hit the first tower. Then you have 9/11 attacks, the attacks in Ata. I mean, the Ata is in the word attacks. Then Ata is in the word Manhattan. Okay? Now, then I realized that the plane that supposedly went into the towers, the first plane was an American Airlines. And I told you the same initials as a code. So American Airlines is the AA. Okay, so remember, Ata has the AA on the ends, right? So American Airlines is the AA. And what did the planes hit? It hit the Twin Towers, which is the TT. So even the action of the planes hitting the Twin Towers is the Ata. Okay? American Airlines AA hits the TT, which is the Twin Towers. Do you understand that this was a script? Can't you see that? This was planned from the, from years ago, okay? And obviously, for the people who know that supposedly it got built in 1968, the same year that the 9/11 number came out for emergency numbers, 9/11. And 1968 was the year that they started building it, I think. And the towers came down 33 years later, okay? So there's your code again, But anyway, so that is the Ata is what started me on the 9/11. And after 9/11 happened, every time I would look at my watch, not my watch, but the clock or my what is this called? The cable box. Every time I'd watch TV, it'd say 9/11. Every day, morning or night, I would look at the clock only when it was 9/11. Okay. And then I remembered The first job I ever had was at 911 Wilshire Boulevard, you know? So I was like, whoa, I go 911 Wilshire Boulevard was my first job. 911 is everything I see on the clock is 911. Okay. There's much more, but I can't get into the details of that because it's too personal that connects to 911 also. But, um, and by the way, they changed the address after from 911 to something else. I showed the actual proof on the videos that it was 911, and they changed it after 911, the address. But anyway, so, what the hell? Hold on, folks. Let me see who this is. Hold on. I gotta tell him I can't talk. Hold on. Sorry about that. Okay, anyway, so where was I, folks? I'm lost. Uh, so yeah, so yeah, so then, so the 911 was always on my mind, all right, and I was looking. So when is the next 911 going to be? Because that was what was on everybody's mind, like, and also I was doing. Hold on, man, this person. Sorry about that. So like I said, the 911 was on my mind all the time, and I was searching for the next 911. Okay, and uh, so real quick, let me tell you what happened. So in before I even got on YouTube in 2009, 2010, I had this weird premonition. I'm not going to go into the details, but it had to do with the Seattle Space Needle, and I didn't know anything about the Seattle Space Needle. Didn't even know nothing about it. Never in my life I ever thought about it even. I might have seen it on TV without even me noticing it, but somehow I had this weird premonition about it. And then I went and searched on YouTube to see if anyone's saying anything about it. And all I saw was people predicting that it's earthquake, you know, could happen earthquake there, and stuff like that. But that's all I saw. And then so after I found the ATT code, the AT and the ATT and the ATA code in the 911 story, I noticed that Seattle had the ATT in it. It had the double cross, right? And that is when I started talking about Seattle. I was like, Seattle is the next 911. Okay, because it's, because the Twin Towers were brought down, right? So it's going to be a twin attack again. Do you get what I'm saying? Hold on. So that's why I was looking for the next 911. Anyway, so I'm reading the chat. That's why I'm laughing. So I noticed that Seattle had the ATT in it. And then I thought to myself, wow, ATT, that sounds like AT&T. And what is TNT? It's dynamite, TNT, right? I was like, man, what is going on here, right? I go, there's something to all this, And who knew that AT&T was owned by, who knew CNN was owned by AT&T, Now you know how evil it is. But, all right, so when I saw Seattle had the ATT, then then that's how it kind of, the revelation started. So then I saw that everybody was talking about Barack being the Antichrist. Somehow it was revealed to the world, okay, that he was the Antichrist, but nobody could put the 666 on Obama, okay? And I wasn't into numerology. So one day, because everybody's telling me to get into numerology, all I cared about was the 3 or 33 code. I hated numerology. But then one day I said to myself, let me just see what Jesus equals. So I said to him, I never been on a gematria site, never even looked at a gematria calculator because I didn't. So I did it in my head. I go, Jesus, J equals 10, E equals 5, S equals 19, U equals 21, S equals 19 makes 74. Then I said to myself, let me see what Lucifer equals. Lucifer came out to 74. That's when I lost my mind. I was like, wait, what? How can Lucifer and Jesus equal 74? Because I said to myself, no, Jesus is God. Lucifer is a creation of God. God created Lucifer. So what is this? I said, that's when I went on a quest to find out. And I did. I figured out why Lucifer had the 70, man, stupid hair. Uh, I found out why Lucifer had the 74 number and why Jesus equals 74. Because see, Jesus is perfect. He is God. And he gave Lucifer, who he made perfect, a perfect name. Lucifer equaled 74. Okay, that is why. And then I explain how when he lost his crown, I'll get into that later if I have time, and he became Satan. All right, but look, so that's what got me on the quest of into gematria. So now back to Barack Hussein Obama. Everybody was saying Barack Hussein Obama was the Antichrist, but they couldn't put the 666 on him. So as I was going into my gematria, I started slowly trying to figure out stuff. I was doing every calculation by hand, and I never used a calculator. So I created a system that nobody had ever, a system of counting that nobody ever thought of. Never, no gematria channel ever done it. Now let me show you what I came up with after, after time. I said, what was revealed. You see? Watch. Let me show you. So I created this calculator. Hold on. So I put Barack Hussein Obama, all right? And I'll explain to you how I came up with this calculator. Okay? Now watch what happens when you put Barack Hussein Obama into my calculator. See, the problem is nobody had ever totaled the numbers. See, people knew that this number existed, this number existed, this number existed, this number existed, but they never thought of totaling the numbers. See, that is what my calculator did, and you get the 666. You see, for Barack Hussein Obama, his full name equals 666. Okay, and also, like I said, because I was so detailed in everything I was doing, I was obsessed. I was doing this 17 hours a day for years, okay? Also, you see this number right here, 163, 64, 227? This is why he's so important, okay? Watch. Not only does he have the 666, but he's got this row right here. Just look at this and watch what happens. See, he's got this number in here. Watch. Hold on. See, he's got the serpent seed number. Watch. The serpent seed equals 163, 64, 227. Okay? The back numbers don't match, but the first number right here matches the serpent seed number. Okay? That's why Obama is so important. Okay? Anyway, so that was just, one of the discoveries I made that I showed the world on YouTube. So I was the first one to discover the 666 on Obama. Okay. Now, but I kept telling people, no, he can't be the Antichrist. He's just playing the part of the Antichrist. He can't be the one because nobody would take the mark of Obama. Only, a bunch of silly Democrats, or, some, black people or something, but nobody's going to take the mark of Obama. I said, what is this? I said, then when Trump came into office, because, I was watching his Apprentice show. I love that show when he was on it, when they showed him in the boardroom firing people. It's not that I like the firing. I just like to see that interaction between the people and him. And it was so mesmerizing. And so I said, there's something to this dude, because I had never heard of this dude before. I didn't know who Donald Trump was, I might have heard his name, but I didn't care who he was. Anyway, so I was watching him. Then when he came on the scene, I was telling people, do not trust this guy. All the truthers were getting sucked in by this Trump. And I told everybody, what are you guys talking about? He runs around with those people who run the world. His whole family is surrounded by them. You know who I'm talking about, okay? I said, I go, how are you guys, falling for this? All the truthers were falling for this dude. I said, he's one of them. Are you people stupid? You know? Anyway, so I was telling that to everybody. Nobody was listening to me. I was practically the only truther. I'm talking about the big truthers. They were telling people that he's one of them. Anyway, so I said, this guy is the one to watch. I said, what is it? What's going on with this? So that's why I put all my energy and focus into Trump and Obama. Okay. But I said, so then I started thinking to myself, there's still something missing, because nobody's going to take the mark of Obama or the mark of Trump. You'll get half the people. Hold on. So nobody's going to take the mark of Obama or the mark of Trump. Half and half it's going to be. You know what I mean? And what about the rest of the world? Nobody cares about Trump and Obama. You know what I mean? The whole world. So I said to myself, what's missing here? There's something missing. Who is the one that is beloved by the whole world? I said. And then that is when the revelation from birth, okay, that I realized. Of course, it took time before I understood that it was from birth, that I was born. This was my destiny to reveal this. Okay, now what's going to happen? And I'm going to tell you. So I said to myself, who could this be? So I said, the only person that came to mind was Elvis. And I was like, Elvis? How can Elvis be the Antichrist? How is this possible? I go, Elvis was, whatever, he's beloved. I said, he can't be the one, but I said, it has to be. And why was I thought of Elvis? Because he was my first obsession as a child. He was the first obsession I ever had. Okay. And my life went downhill after that. As soon as my obsession with Elvis started, I was combing my hair like Elvis. I was snarling my nose like Elvis. I was singing in front of the mirror like Elvis. I was talking like him, everything. All right. And I knew every Elvis song. I would put the transistor radio by my ear at night and at the bed. I would listen. There was a radio show on KRLA in LA, KRLA. And from between 11 and 12 o'clock at night, I would put that radio on every night and listen to Elvis as I was sleeping. Okay. And I was a very young child because I told you I was born in Beirut, Lebanon. And then I came to this country as a very young child. And that was my first obsession. I think I started between the ages of 7 and 11 or 7 and 12. I'm not sure what the age was when I started being obsessed with Elvis. Okay, now, so it all started, like I said, that's why it came into my mind that because Elvis is beloved throughout the whole world, okay? He's the only one that has statues, that are worshipped in every city of every state of every country, this dude. Even you go to China, you go to Japan, you go to anywhere in America or wherever, you will find a statue of Elvis. Even in Germany, you'll find, go to Hawaii, okay? So Elvis is the most beloved person on the planet, of course, other than Jesus, obviously. Jesus is God, but he's the next one. And so that's why I said Elvis has to be the one, and like I said, I'm missing out on a lot of details. If I remember, I'll come back to it. And Elvis, I came to find out once I started talking about Elvis, that Elvis had a gold statue in Israel. I was like, what? Elvis has a gold statue in Israel, as if they care about Elvis. And, millions have made a pilgrimage to that site, because what they did was they built a restaurant around that statue, and it's an Elvis themed restaurant, and they did that to make it look like it was something innocent. Oh, it's just a restaurant, and that's why that there's a gold statue of Elvis. Think about how crazy that is. A gold statue of Israel. I mean, a gold statue of Elvis in Israel, and it's a huge statue, And I've shown it before. I'm going to show it now, just in case. Hold on. Elvis in the Holy Land. Watch. Hold on. I'm trying to find that there it is, the best picture. Look at this monstrosity. Look at it. Look at this. This is Elvis. You see, Elvis remains king in Israel. You see that? Look how big this thing is. And there's the restaurant in the background. It's all Elvis. Okay? And it's gold. I mean, I'm not saying it's pure gold, but it's gold color. Okay? Anyway, so that's why I knew that there was a missing piece to this puzzle. Then I realized that Elvis, Trump, and Barack are the unholy trinity. Okay? Elvis had a twin. All right, I told you the Twin Towers came down. The Twin Towers was a ritual for Elvis, and I proved that in my videos with the dates and everything. I'll go into it later if I have time, but I will definitely be showing it in other videos how it was a ritual. But so Elvis had a twin, an identical twin that died at birth. Okay, the twin came first. I mean, the dead one came first, and Elvis came second. Okay, and so his identical twin dies at birth, and then Trump, like I said, Trump is his devil twin, all right? Like the two-faced god, Janus, okay? And I told you that the Janus, the two-faced god, January was named after Janus. Yeah, January, the month was named after Janus, and Elvis is born in January, okay? And the January sign is the sea goat. And I told you that Elvis is the beast out of the sea. He's the goat, okay? Like I said, I'll prove all that in the future videos, which connects, to a lot of things which I've talked about before. But like I said, it's a sea goat, and Seattle starts with C, S-E-A, right? Because Elvis is the beast out of the sea. Okay, somehow Elvis is going to manifest out of Seattle, okay? And the Space Needle has something to do with it. Now, what am I talking about? Elvis was the first famous person to take an injection on live television. He took the polio injection on Bill Gates' first birthday, October 28, 1956. Elvis took the polio injection. He was the first famous person to do it. And so remember, it's a needle, okay? And he did it on Bill Gates' first birthday. And Bill Gates was born in Seattle, where the Space Needle is. And Elvis was the first famous person that had anything to do with the Seattle Space Needle. He made a movie as soon as it opened in 1963. It opened in 62. They started filming it in 63. It opened, right? So he was the first famous person that had anything to do with the Seattle Space Needle, again with the needle, All right. It happened at the World's Fair, the movie. And Elvis, how did you hear Elvis? You would hear him either through the radio or the album. The radio is through the airwaves. And I told you Satan is the prince of the power of the air. Okay. That's how he's described. Okay. And also, when you put the album, you put the arm of the needle, that comes onto the album. So you have the arm, and the needle, and you put the needle on the record, and the top of the record looks like the top of the Space Needle. Go look, and record players have the needle in the middle. You understand? And it goes. You put the record on it, and what does it do? The record, you put it on the very top of the needle, and then it plops down, because that's what's going to happen to the Space Needle. It's going to, it's gonna fall. Seattle is going to go. Okay, it's going to sink. Like I said, Elvis is the beast out of the sea. And I was saying that before they even had this stupid hockey team that came out. Seattle has a hockey team called the Kraken. And I was talking about the Kraken before that even came out. I told you Elvis was the Kraken and the beast out of the sea, And then they named their hockey team the Seattle Kraken. And what did they do? They made the logo they put an anchor, and the middle part of the anchor was the Space Needle. And what does an anchor do? It goes to the bottom of the sea. You understand? Think about how crazy that is. And yeah, I'm looking at some of the people's comments. I'm glad you're reminding me. And in the Bible, it says that for a rich man to go to heaven is like a camel going through the eye of the needle. Elvis is the camel that's going through the eye of the needle. All right? He is the camel. And that's why you have this Kamala, all right, connection. And I told you that Elvis, on his way to the Space Needle, when he was making the movie, he stopped in a place called Kalama, Washington. Kalama is the same letters as Kamala, all right? And Kraken, see, everything is connected to Elvis, Trump, and Obama. And Obama's birthday is August 4th, okay? Which is a super important date. Even the number of the day, which is the 216th day of the year, is super important. I'm not going to get into that right now. But Kraken, what's important about the Kraken is, this is why Meghan Markle was chosen. Meghan Markle was chosen to play this charade of Prince Harry's wife. I want to be careful what I say, folks. So she's born on Obama's birthday, August 4th. And Markle equals the word Kraken in gematria. It's the exact same numbers. Markle equals Kraken. All right. And what is the Markle word? It's, if you separate it, it's El, which means God. And then you got the mark. L for Elvis. Get it? L means God in Hebrew. And you have the mark. Mark L. All right. You just, El. So, because that's what it is. Elvis is the mark. You understand? And it's going to crack in Seattle. It's going to crack. Yeah, exactly. It's going to crack Seattle. Anyway, so I always tell you guys, anytime you want to see if something is an importance, you add letters to it. Like, I'll give you an example. You add EL. You're adding God, like it's the word angel, A-N-G-E-L, A-N-G-E-L. So you're adding the E-L to the A-N-G, and it connects to God, like the angels, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael. You understand what I'm saying? It's got the E-L. So if you add E-L to Janus, E-L to Janus, who is the two-faced God, E-L Janus equals the word Seattle. All right. And what is the anagram for Seattle? L state, the E-L state. That's the same letters as the word Seattle. So Elvis, who's got the E-L, L state is Seattle, because that's where Elvis is going to show up. And you know who's the L name? If you add the word name and then EL to name, you get Donald. Donald equals L name in gematria, just like L Janice equals Seattle. Same numbers, okay? And now, so look, folks, I'm trying to say all this other stuff to make you understand that I'm just trying to connect stuff to make you understand how of course, obviously, I'm going to forget a bunch of stuff, and I'm skipping important details. I'm just throwing a bunch of stuff out there for you to understand how important and how how it connects to all of this. Anyway, so let me just tell you how I became to predict the dates of these events. All right, that I'm telling you, because I'm telling people that Elvis is going to somehow manifest in Seattle around June 11th. Okay, now hold on. 6/11, which is the upside down 9/11. Okay, that's Elvis in Seattle after a catastrophic event. Somehow Elvis manifests. Now, the other prediction is Donald Trump gets his head wound on Obama's birthday, August 4th. Trump gets the head wound. He survives August 4th, head wound. Then he comes back to life or comes out of his coma or something, I don't know, on 8/8. All right, which is the 88. Trump equals 88. Back to the Future connection to the 88. And that was about Trump, that that character Biff in Back to the Future. Anyway, so real quick, back to the camel that shoots out of the eye of the needle. And in the Bible it says, broad is the way that leads to destruction, and the Space Needle is on 400 Broad Street because it's going to be destroyed. You understand? That's the road that leads to destruction. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to tell people. Get out of Seattle, all right? Because it's going to be struck, all right? But anyway, if you're not going to leave, at least get right with Jesus, and that way you're saved anyway, and you'll have everlasting life. If you can't get out, at least you'll be saved, That's all I'm telling you. Because I know it's not easy to get out. Why would you listen to me? I'm not, I wouldn't trust anyone that's just talking on the internet. I understand. But I'm giving you 100% proof of these can't be coincidences. Wait, if you watch all my videos, then you'd understand, not by just me saying this. I literally proved that this event has been planned. All right. Anyway, so let me tell you how I came to the dates. All right. So I'm sitting there on the channel. I told you, the Jurassic Liars 26 channel, the first one that I had done. And that's the first time when I started talking about God, like I said. And I told you the word God equals 26, which I didn't know when I made the Jurassic Liars 26 and started talking about God on that channel. Anyway, so when I started talking about Trump getting his head wound, Seattle getting struck, but I hadn't talked about Elvis yet. So when I was first talking about Trump getting his head wound and Obama, I was talking about Obama, I was talking about Trump and Trump getting his head wound, but I didn't know anything about the dates yet. And I was talking about Seattle being struck, but I didn't know any dates. Let me tell you what happened. So in my older videos, I used to take this, I don't have the pointer. There's a pointer I would take. There's this yellow pointer I had. Hold on. I'm using the television as a light source. So I would take this pointer and I would point behind me to this wall. See that door right there? That doorway? That's where my kitchen is. So I would do my videos over there, and I would point to my wall that was behind me, and I was showing like these numbers. Like I was trying to, I was doing gematria when I first started doing the gematria. I was showing how these numbers, connect to stuff. And one day, I had never done this before. I was pointing to something. And remember, I'm talking about Trump, Obama, the head wound, and Seattle. So I point to it and I go, hey, look at this number. I said, it looks like a date. I said, 6/14. That's all I said. I go, it looks like a date, 6/14. And then I didn't think anything of it. Then somebody in the chat, in the comments section says, hey, you know that that's Trump's birthday. And I was like, whoa. I go, that's, wow, what a coincidence, I said. And again, I didn't make that big of a deal about it. I said, wow, I told people the next video, I said, oh, I go, can you believe that that was Trump's birthday? That's the first time I'd ever mentioned the number 614, and it's his birthday. And then so I went to do the next video, like I said, and then I point to, and that was the first time I'd ever said that about a date, a number looking like a date. So then I point to the board again, talking about gematria, and like I said, I don't know why I said it, but I said, look, I go, this number looks like a date also. I said 8-4. I said, and again, I didn't think anything of it. I just said it looks like a date. I go 8-4. And somebody in the chat after the video was loaded, because I wasn't doing live streams then. It was just a pre-recorded video. So in the chat, somebody says, in the comments section, somebody says, hey, do you know that that's Obama's birthday? And that's when I lost my mind, okay? Because I said to myself, what is the chances of this? It's got to be 1 in a billion, okay? Because not only am I talking about Trump and Obama in the videos, the only 2 dates I mentioned, and it's Obama and Trump's birthday. I said, what the hell's going on? I said, what does this mean? And that is how I got to those dates of 614 and 84. But wait, how did I get to the 611? This is how I came to the 611, which, again, it's all about everything that was revealed to me, how it gets used, So what I said was, I go, well, they're not going to just, do a surprise attack like that. I believe that they're going to give us notice that they're going to do something on 614. I said, so maybe they're going to give us a 3-day notice because they love the 3 or the 33. Maybe on 611, something is going to happen, like they take hostages inside the Space Needle and then have the whole place cleared out, and that way nobody's near the Space Needle, and then they blow it up on 614. So I was talking about 611 being the date that starts it off, and then the climax is on 614. Okay, so that is how the 611 began. All right, and then later I came to the ELVIS knowledge, and then the ELVIS connected to the 611, and it is mind-blowing how it all connects to ELVIS, the 611 and the 911. Okay, and like I said, I'm gonna have to redo every one of those videos, but only I'm gonna skip a lot of the videos. I mean, a lot of the little details that are very important, but I'm not going to do that because it's just too much, folks. I told you I had 400 videos over the 4-year period. This is the 5th year. So that's why I'm only going to do the most important videos that connect to this ELVIS prediction of Seattle on 6/11 and the prediction of Trump getting his head wound on 8/4, Obama's birthday, most likely in Ohio. Okay. And again, if you see how the Ohio played out, it's, again, I didn't know any of that information. It all connects perfectly, like a perfect puzzle. All right. I'm just looking at the chat before now I'm just going to try and remember things here and there to just throw out stuff at you, how it all connects. Hold on. No, somebody's saying something about a George bodybuilder. No, I didn't see that story. I haven't watched the news yet today. Yeah, all the things that I've discovered. I told you I discovered how the letter O represents a crown. All right. And I'll explain, all that. And the letter O is like a crown, a face, a head. I forget, there's one other thing, but what I'm trying to say is like, in the when you see in the Bible it says, "Oh Lord, oh God," because I always wondered what the "oh," meant. And uh yeah, I don't, like I said, I got to be careful what I say, because I told you all my, you know, videos were taken down. There is people who are sitting there watching every word I say and reporting every video I do. All right. Somebody said that there was the NFL game last night. And what's funny is, didn't the Buccaneers play? Because I told you it's all about the Bucks, the Buckeye, because the Ohio Buckeyes, and it's about Trump getting his head wound. His eye gets damaged, and his arm, uh, in Ohio, the Ohio Buckeyes, the buckshot. You get it? And somebody's saying, because that's why the Buccaneers won the Super Bowl, and that's why the Milwaukee Bucks won the championship in basketball. Somebody's saying Joe Buck was announcing the game. Was it the Buccaneers game? That's what I'm asking. And because I don't watch sports, and they were talking about the number 45 raising horses. What is that? What do you mean by 146? What do you mean by the NFL 146? Well, I know what the 146 mean, but what does that mean with the NFL? No, right now, this is the only channel I have. So until I do a video showing you guys what my new channel is, don't, uh, don't, uh, don't subscribe to any other channel besides this one that you're watching right now. Yeah. Anyway, so check this out. Remember, I'm Armenian, and the Armenians were the first Christian nation. And I've been, like I said, I've been predicting this for the last 4 years. This is the fifth year coming up in 2022, and I told everybody from the very first time that I only know the dates. I didn't know the year, but I had to be serious and and that way people could take it seriously. I can't tell people, oh, it's going to happen 5 years from now, because I told everybody that 2022 is the most likely year. Because see, now here's where the other pieces of the puzzle come in. Uh so because Seattle is in Washington, so I said Washington has to have something to do with it. So then I come to realize that Washington, which of course was known as the father of our country, and that's blasphemy because we only have one father in heaven. But so he's the father of the country. They show him as a Baphomet. If you've ever seen the Baphomet, it's in the same pose as Washington. I think is the Washington statue or something, whatever the hell, I don't know. But and Washington, he has two birthdays. He was born on 2/11, his original birthday, but when the calendar changed, it changed to 2/22, the 222 number. Okay. Anyway, I've shown all the stuff that has to do with that. But what I'm trying to say is that Washington had a connection to this, okay? Because see, Seattle, listen to this, Seattle, which is in King County, and Elvis was known as the King. So think about that. So I'm telling you, and that is where the King code comes in. Remember, I told you earlier in this video, I told you that I took the king out of my code words because it was originally king, man, son. Then I changed it just to the man, son. Now, the king, man, son, I told you when I took the king out, I said, one day you're going to see a monstrous story with the king in it. And here it is. Seattle is in King County, and Elvis was known as the king, all right? And Seattle is Washington State, where Seattle is the 42nd state, and Elvis died at the age of 42. Okay, there's another connection, and also Elvis's dad was named Vernon, and Vernon is the place where Washington lived. Mount Vernon Estates is where Washington lived. Okay, you understand? If, like I said, it's just coincidence after coincidence, and Elvis died on the toilet, which also is known as mockery, as known as the throne. So he died on the throne. The king dies on the toilet, Elvis, which is the throne. And what was Elvis doing at the moment he died on the throne? He was reading a book called The Scientific Search for the Face of Jesus. All right? You understand? So the guy I'm telling you that's going to manifest somehow, I don't understand how, okay, but his image is somehow going to be the mark of the beast. He's reading a book as he's dying called The Scientific Search for the Face of Jesus. All right? And like I said, he died at the age of 42. Washington's the 42nd state. Elvis is known as the king, and Seattle's in King County. Anyway, like I said, so remember, I'm Armenian, and I was born in Beirut, Lebanon. The Armenians were the first Christian people as a nation, okay? And like I said, I was born in Beirut, Lebanon. I came here when I was a child. But so when I was talking about, all of this for the last, 4 years, I told you this is going to be the fifth year. And I told you 2022 is the most likely year because his birthday is 2/22. So 2022 is coming up. And that's what I was telling people, that this is the most likely year. But like I said, I didn't know anyway. So remember, I'm from Beirut, Lebanon, where I was born. And what happened on August 4th, 2020? And remember, I'm telling everyone that Trump's going to get his head wound, on August 4th, Obama's birthday. And what happened on August 4th, 2020? The biggest explosion ever that we've ever seen that the world's ever seen actually in real life, I'm saying, it happened in Beirut, Lebanon. That they had that explosion on August 4th, Obama's birthday, 2020, in Beirut, Lebanon. Think about that, all these coincidences over and over again. Yeah, that's right. 2022 equals 42, 20 and 22. That's right. Good one. And Seattle, Washington's initials, S is the 19th letter, W is the 23rd letter. That's 42. See what I mean? I told you, I've shown all this stuff before. Think about how insane that is. And there's 42 places in the world that are called Mount Vernon. In the world, not just the United States. 42 places that are called Mount Vernon. But that's the last time I checked. I don't know if it's still like that. All right, I'm going to delete this person. Hold on. Was that person a troll? Can somebody tell me? The one I just deleted? Was it a troll? Because from what I noticed, it looked like it was a troll. Like I said, folks, if you're watching this on a replay, it was I'm interacting with the live stream. Anyway, I just got rid of it, so you're not going to see its comments later. When you look at the replay, you won't see the person's comments. Anyway, so what else is there? Okay, so like I said, it's ever since I was telling people about the the Seattle around Trump's birthday, but it went from 6/14 to 6/11. That's why I tell everybody the 6/11 is the most likely day, but make sure you stay away from Seattle between June 11th and June 14th, which is Trump's birthday. Just get out of there. All right. But wait, so that was a Seattle event. And then Trump's head wound is on August 4th, Obama's birthday, most likely in Ohio. Now, so I was predicting that, and every year around those times, something happened that connects to these predictions. Okay? It's giving you warning. And I'm not going to get into it, but like I said, for the people who've seen my videos, my channels that got terminated, then you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And to all the people who make these good comments, I really appreciate it, Yeah, you guys are, really smart. Appreciate it. It also reminds me of of some of the things I've said in the past, which, like I said, it can't come to me everything, Anyway, what else? Oh, like I'll give you an example, all right, of how everything connects. Okay, watch this, all right. Like I said, I'm going all over the place now because I can't remember every detail of what I'm supposed to tell you guys, because I know I'm forgetting the details of when I was born and how it leads to this point. Like I left out a bunch of stuff, but so check this out. So Elvis, and remember, I'm Armenian, right? So I'm going to connect the Armenian connection here. So Elvis's wife, Priscilla Presley, after they got divorced, Priscilla Presley started dating Robert Kardashian, the Kim Kardashian's father, who is Armenian. See, Kim Kardashian's mother is not Armenian. Only her father was, okay? So Kim Kardashian, father, Robert Kardashian, was dating Elvis's wife, Priscilla Presley. So an Armenian, remember, I'm Armenian, is dating Priscilla Presley. Now, but they broke up supposedly because Elvis was interfering in their business. So they broke up. Then Robert Kardashian, because I told you Elvis is going to manifest somehow. You're going to see the image of Elvis. What happens? Kanye West does a hologram of Robert Kardashian because Robert Kardashian was involved in the O.J. Simpson trial, which started me on my journey with the King Man Son Code. Robert Kardashian involved in the Simpson trial. Robert Kardashian died after the Simpson trial. So Kanye West, he does a hologram for Kim of her father. All right. And I told you, you're going to see Elvis's image. And how does Kardashian fit besides the hologram part and being Armenian and that he dated Priscilla Presley? He's born on 2/22. 2/22. Do you understand? Okay. Washington's birthday that's celebrated on 2/22. And next year is 2022. All right. Now, so here's another connection to the Kardashians. So watch this. So Elvis's girlfriend, Linda Thompson, it's got the son in her name. Linda Thompson, Elvis's girlfriend, before he died, like a few girls before he died, left Elvis and married Bruce Jenner. And Bruce Jenner turned into Caitlyn Jenner. Bruce Jenner married Kris Kardashian. Okay? So Elvis's girlfriend married Bruce Jenner, who later married Kris Kardashian, Kim's mother. And Bruce Jenner, check this out. Bruce Jenner became Caitlyn Jenner, right? And Bruce Jenner is born on Bill Gates' birthday. Okay? And I told you Elvis took the injection on live TV, the first famous person to ever take an injection on television. He took the polio injection on Bill Gates' first birthday. Okay? Back in October 28th, 1956. Anyway, and by the way, he took it 42 years to the day after the guy who invented it, the polio, Jonas Salk. Isn't that funny? He's got Jonah in his name. Jonas, whatever, Jonas, same thing. Even one of the Jonas brothers loved Elvis. He even named his dog Elvis. Anyway, Jonas Salk was born on October 28th. And 42 years later, Elvis took the injection on October 28th, 1956, because he was born on, Jonas Salk was born in 1914. And Elvis took the injection October 28th, 1956, 42 years to the day. So Jonas Salk's born on October 28th. Bill Gates born October 28th. That's the day Elvis takes the injection on live television. And Bill Gates lives in Seattle where the Space Needle is. Elvis was connected to the Space Needle. He made a movie that had to do with the Space Needle. He's the first famous person to do that. And Caitlyn Jenner, which I explained was Bruce Jenner, connected to the Kardashians and to Elvis's girlfriend, Linda Thompson. And Bruce Jenner is born on October 28th, Bill Gates' birthday. And then what happens? Right now, the whole world is wearing a mask, right? Because of the sickness. So the whole world's wearing a mask. And this show called The Masked Singer came out before the sickness came out. So The Masked Singer, which is a show on Fox, comes out, and there was a character named the Phoenix. And who was under the Phoenix? It was Caitlyn Jenner. And Caitlyn Jenner, like I said, is born on October 28th, Bill Gates' birthday. And who else is born on that day? Joaquin Phoenix. So the Phoenix is born on October 28th. And he won his first Oscar in 2020. And Joaquin Phoenix, like I said, is born on October 28th, which is Caitlyn Jenner's birthday, Bill Gates' birthday. And Caitlyn Jenner's under the Phoenix costume on The Masked Singer because Elvis is the Phoenix, okay? And which I've been telling you guys, right? And on that show, The Masked Singer, there was a person, there was a character called the Serpent. The Serpent, watch this. The Serpent equals the exact same as the word Washington in Gematria. All the numbers are the same. Washington equals the Serpent. So on The Masked Singer, the Serpent, when they revealed who the Serpent is, was a person named Elvis. Dr. Elvis was the Serpent. You understand? So you have the Serpent being Elvis, some dumb singer, named Elvis, who they made popular off of the news because he was one of those singing, dancing nurses, doctors, whatever. So Dr. Elvis is the Serpent, and Caitlyn Jenner is the Phoenix. And I told you Elvis is the Phoenix. It's all connected. They're all connected. I'm just reading the chat now. Hold on. Yeah, and Joaquin Phoenix was 45 years old because, see, Trump is also the Phoenix. He's playing the part of Lazarus where he comes back from the dead. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and he was raised from the dead by Jesus. But what I'm saying is, Trump is playing the part of the Lazarus Phoenix also, but Elvis is just playing the Phoenix rising. Okay, and Joaquin was 45 years old. Joaquin Phoenix, and 45 is Trump. See, Trump is the 45th president, but he's also the 44th person to become president. See, he's the 44 and the 45. Okay, 44th person to become president and 45th actual president. So he's the 44, 45, and and 44 is the kill number. Kill equals 44. Okay, and River Phoenix was the person who died. River Phoenix was the brother of Joaquin Phoenix. And river, what is the river? It's water. And Elvis in gematria equals water. Elvis is the beast out of the sea, okay? He's the serpent, all right? And I told you the serpent equals the word Washington. The words the serpent equals Washington. And water equals Elvis, exact same numbers. Elvis is the beast out of the water, the beast out of the sea, the kraken. And uh uh what was I? And River Phoenix died. You understand? And what happened after River Phoenix died? Joaquin rose. The walking. Someone said walking Phoenix. That's right. The walking. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is it's all connected. Okay, anyway, so I'm making myself sick because I'm talking too much. There's one more connection here. Hold on. I just want to get see, I'm giving you all the surface details right now. I'll get, since we're on the topic of the 44, 45, because Trump is the 44th person to become president, and Trump is the actual 45th actual president. And remember, 44 is the kill number also. So the words space needle, only those two words, space needle, space equals 44, needle equals 45. Space needle equals 89. Trump is the 44, 45, which equals 89. And also, Space Needle equals the exact same words as fallen angel in gematria. So Space Needle equals fallen angel because it's going to fall. You understand? And Trump and Elvis are the fallen angels. Do you get it? All right. And remember, like I said, I don't want to go into every detail, but there was a baseball player with the number 45, and he played for the Angels, and he died, the fallen angel, you understand? And he played in a park. He played for the Angels, and he played in a park that had a halo that looked like the Space Needle. You understand? Because that's going to fall, the fallen angel. It's like a double whammy because he wore the number 45, and he died. So it's a fallen angel because he played for the Angels. Do you get it? It's connected to Trump and it's connected to Elvis because there's a big A sign that's outside that looks just like the Space Needle. I've shown all this. All right. And what I'm trying to say is it's explaining to you what's coming. And they were calling it fallen angel because the guy was an angel. He played for the Angels. So they were calling him a fallen angel. Like I said, I'm going to go through all the details in the future videos. I'm just doing this as an introduction video to how I came to the knowledge of this. I told you this was my destiny, all right? Anyway, I just want to make sure that I, say the most important things here. Oh, okay. Since we were on the subject of the water, because Elvis equals water, And the only president that Elvis visited was Richard Dick Nixon. Okay, Tricky Dicky they were calling him, because I told you they love to put the sexual innuendos. So Tricky Dicky, Richard Nixon, Elvis was the only person. That was the only president Elvis visited. Why did he visit that president? I'll tell you why. Okay, because he was the 37th president. And I told you guys that the number 73 and 37 looks like the letters EL. Like if you took the 7 and 3 and turned them upside down stuff, they look like the letters EL, which means God. And 7337 has to do with the word perfect and the word kingdom. Okay, because the kingdom of God is perfect. And so he went and visited the 37th president. All right. And 37 is the letters EL, like I just told you. They look like the EL, which means God. So he visited the 37th president, and his name is Tricky Dicky. So his name is Tricky Dicky. And in the story, in the Nixon story, he was involved in a scandal, Tricky Dicky. Watch this. Tricky Dicky, one of the characters in the scandal, was called Deep Throat. You see the connection, the dick and the deep throat? You see what I'm trying to tell you? How they mock us? And what was that scandal called? It was called the Watergate. Watergate, and Elvis equals water. So it's Elvis Gate, Bill Gate, Seattle, Space Needle, where Bill Gates is born. Do you understand? Now, and who was the 42nd president who's having trouble in the hospital right now? It's Bill Clinton. He's the 41st president. 41st person to become president, but he's the 42nd president, okay? To become president. Now, Bill Clinton was involved in a dick story. You understand? They were calling him Slick Willie. Slick has the word lick. Willie, Lick Willie. You understand? Willie is the wiener. Slick Willie. And again, it's connected to Elvis, because Elvis died at the age of 42. 42 is Washington, the 42nd state. Do you understand? And George Bush, he was the 42nd president, 42nd person to become president, but he was the 43rd actual president. So again, he had the connection to 42, George Bush. And what happened during George Bush? I'm talking about Jr. George Bush Jr., there was 9/11 that happened. And also, who was George Bush's running mate? It was Dick Cheney. Dick, you see? And George Bush, Bush and the Dick. Do you get it? It's the Bush and the Dick. Like I said, if you think these are coincidences, you're crazy. And even George Bush Sr., I think he ran against Dukakis. Dukakis. You understand? Do the cock and the kiss. And Bush again, because George Bush Sr. Do you get it? It all connects from George Washington, the first president, to George, the next one. Okay? Do you understand? That's how it all kind of connects with the presidents. But Elvis went to the Richard Nixon, the 37th president, because 37 has the EL. That is why it's connected to that. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is everything connects to the 42, because like I told you, Bush is the 43rd president, but he's the 42nd president, 42nd person to become president. And what did Bush do? I told you had 9/11 during his presidency. And then Bush was the only president to go to Graceland. George Bush Jr. went to Graceland. And who did he take with him? He took this guy named Juno, some Japanese prime minister, and Junichiro, his name is. And he's got the June in his name. And I told you Elvis is going to appear in June 11th, 6/11. So he takes Junichiro, the prime minister of Japan, to Graceland. Okay? And he's the first president to do that. And he connected to the 9/11. And Junichiro, when was Junichiro born? The prime minister, January 8th. January 8th is Elvis's birthday. Same day that Junichero, the prime minister who Bush took, was he's born on January 8th, that prime minister. Same as Elvis. Now, Trump, because I told you Trump is Elvis's devil twin. So, and Elvis's twin died at birth. And remember, Elvis was the first one to get the injection on live television, first famous person to do it on live television. He did it on Bill Gates' first birthday. Remember that, all right? So then what did Trump do? Trump is the first president to bring out the injection. He created it. He said he's the father of this miracle cure. So from Elvis to Trump, full circle. And I was, like I told you, my first obsession was Elvis, and my last obsession is Trump. Do you understand what I'm saying? The Trump Elvis connection. It's coming all full circle now. All right. And so he brings out the injection, the father, of the injection. And I told you Elvis had an identical twin that died at birth. Okay. And even I have a connection to that with the name. I'll get into that in a different video. But, and Trump, speaking of Elvis's birthday, January 8th, Trump, who was Trump every minute of every time he's on television, what was he saying when he first got in office? He kept saying Rocket Man, Rocket Man, Rocket Man every second. Okay, I did many videos about Rocket Man, showing you the connections with Rocket Man. But why was Trump saying Rocket Man? He was calling that Kim Ding Dong, the North Korean dictator, Rocket Man. He kept calling Kim Ding Dong Rocket Man. Why was he doing that? Because Kim Jong-un, the North Korean dictator, was born on January 8th, Elvis's birthday, because Elvis is the Rocket Man. Okay? Just like David Bowie, who was born on Elvis's birthday, called Rocket Man. Okay? And has that connected to the Black Star. Like I said, if people know my videos, you know what I'm talking about. The Black Star is connected to Elvis. And Bowie that was his, basically his last, album. Yeah, anyway. All right, folks. I think that's basically, look, like right now you have R. Kelly in the news. Why is R. Kelly in the news? The guy was like years ago, big, and then they put him in the news for the last like 4 or 5 years because he's born on Elvis's birthday. You understand? That's another reason why he's in the news. He's got to pay his dues, for what they gave him all those years, all that money they gave him. Anyway, I know that, like I said, there's so much. Folks, I'm only telling you 1% of the information that I've shown on my older videos that got terminated by YouTube. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, that William Shatner was connected to the Rocket Man because he sang some horrible rendition of Rocket Man, and William Shatner, who went up in space with the Ding Dong spaceship, and he sang a song Rocket Man, William Shatner, and he has the initials WS. WS is Washington Seattle initials. WS. Serena Williams, SW. You understand? And look, every time I go from one clue to the next, I'm going to have 100 things to say. So I've got to stop somewhere. Someone's asking me who's the Antichrist. Look, just like the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, the Godhead are three united as one God. All right, there's only one God. Jesus is God. But the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit are three united as one. Don't ask me to explain it. All right? You can't compare our line of thinking with God's. God is beyond who we are as humans. All right? So that's why when I tell you that God is three, united is one, there's only one God. Anyway, so who is the Antichrist? The Antichrist, like I just said, it could be the unholy trinity of Elvis, Trump, and Obama. But who do I think the mark is going to be? The mark is going to be something connected to Elvis and Washington. Okay. And when you take the mark of Elvis, you're also taking the mark of Trump because he's the devil twin. Nobody's going to take the mark of Trump, but people probably would take the mark of Elvis, you know? And when I say the mark, I don't mean it's going to look like literally like the face of Elvis and everything. It's going to be a silhouette, a, you know, just his profile, you know. Anyway, yeah, I've gone through the explanation of it all, but it's just too much, folks. So some dum dum saying 80% of the people don't care about Elvis. That is the biggest lie ever. You're nuts. It's actually the opposite. 80% of the world loves Elvis. All right. Or knows of him. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. All I'm saying is that out of everybody, you know, out of anybody, okay, what I'm trying to say is the Antichrist is, you know, beloved, and he's, he's not going to be just somebody out of nowhere. It's got to be somebody that is beloved, you know what I mean, for people to take his mark. Yeah, I have so much. Look, folks, I've told you guys so much information. It's beyond comprehension. Like I've gone into the zip codes, the area codes of how these numbers connect. I'll give you an example. Remember, I was just talking about Trump being the 44th person to become president and the 45th actual president. The 44-45 connection I just talked about. So if you go up and look, where is, and I told you Trump's going to get his head wound in Ohio. So if you went and looked, where is zip code 44045, 44045, so it's the 4445 zip code. It's in Ohio. And I didn't know this when I made the prediction of Ohio, where Trump gets his head wound. How do you come up, like, do you understand you can't come up with this kind of stuff? Yeah, that's why I tried to tell you. This is all coming from the Holy Spirit. All right. And there's a Trump, Ohio. There's a place called Trump, Ohio. And what is the zip code? 330. The 33 with the crown. The O is a crown, remember. And I told you 33 is a mockery to God because Jesus was crucified at the age of 33 and he rose from the dead at 33. Yeah, listen, for the people who are writing all these comments, I see your comments, but I just don't want to say some of the things because it's too, people are not going to understand it, but it's good comments. I appreciate it. Yeah. Oh, before I end the video, I got to remember this. For the people who've never seen it, go and watch a video called Elvis is Everywhere. But really, go and look at the lyrics. Go and look at the full lyrics of a song called Elvis is Everywhere by Mojo Nixon. You see? You see? And you remember that song called, there was a song where that Jim Morrison says Mojo Rising. I don't know if it's a song, but in the song he says Mojo Rising. So you got the word rising with Mojo, and it says Mojo Nixon. And remember, Elvis visited Nixon, right? And there's a song called Elvis is Everywhere by Mojo Nixon. Read the lyrics, and then you'll understand who Elvis is. Read the lyrics, the full lyrics. It basically is telling you who it is. Yeah, listen, people are like saying things in the chat, and it's perfect. You know, my all the stuff that I've talked about in the past. But if I keep going on, I'm never going to end this video. Okay, I'll try to keep it another 15 minutes, folks. So someone's mentioning Ohio having the Serpent Mound, and I told you that the pitcher who died, who wore the number 45, who played for the Angels, the fallen angel was a pitcher, and the pitchers are on the mound. Okay, the 45 is in reference to Trump, who's the 45th president. And I told you that Space Needle equals fallen angel. My point is that the pitcher wore the number 45. Trump is the 45th president. And there's a mound in Ohio called the Serpent Mound. All right. You see? And I tell you, the serpent is Washington. All right. The word Washington is the serpent, and Elvis is the serpent who was played on The Masked Singer, which I told earlier. My whole point is that it's crazy, right? There's a place called the Serpent Mound in Ohio where Trump gets his head wound. Yeah, and also there's a shape shifting video of Elvis supposedly. I mean, I've shown it already, not supposedly, but Elvis does. But that could be from bad, you know, because it's so old the film. So that's why I showed it to everybody, and then I erased the video off of my channel because I didn't want people to waste their time watching that. Because look, we can't prove that that's real, but if you watch it, it is creepy. Just put Elvis shape shifting. Make sure you watch a bunch of different versions of it. That way you can see the best version. But yeah, Elvis was the first shapeshifter. Yeah. Look, I'll give you another example that connects to Seattle, Washington, and connects to Trump. Watch. So Serena Williams, which has the Seattle, Washington initials, SW, Serena Williams, Serena, Serena Williams, SW, and I told you S is the 19th letter, W is the 23rd letter, which equals 42. Elvis died at the age of 42. Washington's the 42nd state. Anyway, so Serena Williams got the SW initials for Seattle, Washington. And during one of her matches at Wimbledon, because it's got the Don in it, and it's got the EL in Wimbledon, EL Don. Get it? L Don in Wimbledon. During one of the matches, she won the match, or Serena won the match, and they were doing a ceremony at the end, and they were showing the flags as the American anthem is going. And as the American anthem is going, the flag falls. Okay, the flag falls while the ceremony for Serena Williams is going on. And when did that happen? That flag falling. It happened on August 4th, Obama's birthday. Oh man, this is just ridiculous. Anyway, on August 4th, it happened. And which is the day I told you Trump's going to get his head wound. And how does that connect to, besides the August 4th, what else is connected? And besides the SW initials and Serena Williams, it's the flag falling indicating Trump because Trump is born on Flag Day. Okay? Do you understand? The flag falls on August 4th. Trump is the flag falling. He gets it. He gets his head wound on that day. Okay? You can't make this stuff up. All right? Yeah, somebody's mentioning Ohio, which I mentioned before, because the O's are crowns. So you have two crowns in the word Ohio. The double O. O-high-O. Okay? And high, check this out. So you have Elvis gets a crown. Trump gets his crown. They're on the end. And what's in the middle? Hawaii, H-I. And who was born in Hawaii? Obama. You get it? Ohio. And where and uh and because I told you the O's are crowns, you know what I mean? Or it can be, oh, this is what it was. The O's can be a crown, a face, a head, or eyes. That's what the crown, the O's are. Okay. Yeah, that's right. When the and I told you the Ohio State Buckeye thing, and that's why you had the Buccaneers winning. And who plays for the Buccaneers? The GOAT, Tom Brady, the GOAT. You get it? The GOAT is Elvis. And he's actually born one day before August 4th, that Tom Brady. He's born on August 3rd. But my point is the GOAT is Elvis and the Buccaneers is the Buck. And then you had Milwaukee Bucks also win the championship in basketball this year, you know. And and they played Phoenix. They beat the Phoenix, you see? Cuz so you had the Phoenix is Elvis and the Buck is Trump gets the Buckeye, get it? Yeah, and also in the WNBA, the Phoenix Mercury, that's right. The Phoenix was playing again. And they were playing Chicago and Obama's born in I mean, he became famous in Chicago, Obama. Yeah, that's funny that they're showing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Someone mentioned to me that Jabbar has the jab in his name, and he's telling everyone to get the jab, that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And he wore the number 33 when he was playing for the Milwaukee Bucks. But he also played for the Los Angeles Lakers. But he also played for the Milwaukee Bucks. I told you, everything to do with the Buck and the Buckeye, you know. Anyway, like I said, this is just going to keep going on because I told you I did 400 videos and every video had new information in it, okay? Um, I'm not going to be able to talk for like 2 days because my throat is messed up. Anyway, what else? Like I said, all I'm doing is skimming the surface, folks. Wait till you see how it connects to the 611 Seattle. I told you, Elvis somehow manifests in Seattle, Washington around June 11th. Trump gets his head wound on August 4th, Obama's birthday. Okay, he doesn't die, he survives. Anyway, what else can I? Well, anyway, like I said, every year there was some connection around those dates, you know, that connected to something happening. So this was the introduction video for the new people to the channel. Like I said, all my channels got terminated. You know, I lost, well, over the years I lost thousands of videos, but the most recent damage, when they terminated my main channel with the Elvis and Trump videos, that was for over 400 videos. Man. Yeah, just, like I said, folks, there's so much. There's so much, folks. What else? I have 10 more minutes, folks, because I want to make it less than 2 hours. So I'm at 1 hour 49 minutes right now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let me just say this real quick. So when Jesus, listen, so I told you when Jesus created Lucifer, he made him perfect. And that's why he had a 74 number name, because Jesus equals 74. Jesus is God. Jesus creates Lucifer. He made him perfect. That's why the angels thought, some of the angels actually thought Lucifer was God. He was so perfect. Okay, the rebellious angels followed Lucifer instead of following Jesus, who is God. So when Jesus created Lucifer, he gave him a perfect name, because Jesus' name equals 74, Lucifer equals 74. And then when Lucifer got tossed out of heaven with the angels, one third of the angels, uh, his name became Satan. And he went from 74, because Lucifer equals 74, he lost his 19 crown. All right, I'm going to show you what I mean. When he became Satan, Satan equals 55. So he went from 74 to 55. What did he lose? 19. He lost his 19. And what is the letter? That's the 19th letter of the alphabet, the S. Seattle starts with S. Satan starts with S. Serpent starts with S. Superman, where's the S? That looks like a snake, a serpent. The S is the 19th letter of the alphabet. And I just told you, Seattle is the 19th, starts with the letter S, the 19th letter of the alphabet. And there was a show that came out during Trump's presidency called Fire Station 19, and it's based in Seattle. Okay, and because he lost his crown, I told you the S is the crown he needs to get the 19 he needs. So so Elvis is the king who's looking for his crown, and I told you that uh, Seattle is the seat of Washington. The seat, that's what they call it. That's why it's basically it's seat and then EL. You know what I mean? So so Seattle is where the crown is. Elvis gets his crown. You understand? He's looking for his crown, and that's why you have this thing called the sickness that's called the 19 sickness, because the 19 is the corona. Corona means crown. Corona 19, crown. Do you understand? And it's the 19 crown that Lucifer needs that Satan needs to become Lucifer. And it's all connected to, you know, Elvis becoming the mark. So I'll have to redo that Lucifer video, the where he lost his S equals 19 crown. Anyway, what else? Yeah, that's what this whole 19 sickness is about. It's about the it's about the crown. The corona means crown in Spanish. All right. I don't know what else to say, folks. Look, there's certain things I can't say anymore on this channels. I told you I can't afford to have any more of my channels take. Right now, there's the only channel I have, so I'm not going to have it taken down. I need to restart. I need to build up this channel again before the June 11th, Seattle event with Elvis occurs, and before the August 4th headwind of Trump. I need to get people caught up. Listen to to the people watching and looking at the chat. Understand that 99% of everything in the chat I've already told before. So people are just reminding me of the things. You know what I mean? I can't remember everything, but like I said, slowly I'm going to build back the most important connections. There's going to be a lot of things that I'm going to leave out. Okay. I'm only going to tell you the most important information that needs to be known that connects to this. Yeah, so don't even ask me to do any more news stories. I'm not gonna, unless it's like, unless it's has some connection to Elvis, then I'll show it. Oh, and by the way, the last two videos, I'm gonna take it down. So you're not missing nothing. The two videos before this one, I'm gonna delete immediately after this. So don't ask me to leave it up. If there's nothing in it, you're not missing nothing. It has no relevance to these videos. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this video up. Yeah. This is the video that I'm going to tell people to watch who are new to the channel. This is just an introduction to how that this was my destiny, okay? Look, I'll give you a quick example of what I mean. Elvis's twin that died at birth, his identical twin, his middle name is Garon, Garon. And my name is Garo, Garo, So, and when in Armenian, when they say Garo will do it, they say Garon Gene. Garon Gene, like Garo will do it. So my name basically is Garon, But and so Elvis's dead twin has my name in it. Okay, that's one connection. Then the taxi I drove, the only the first taxi I drove, I think I drove another taxi for a few minutes, but for like a few days. But that one was 253, and 253 Donald John Trump. The total for Trump is 186.68, 186.68. 253, but so Donald John Trump equals 253. That was this other cab I drove, but I only drove that for a little while. But 216 was the cab I drove all the time. 216, and Obama's birthday is the 216th day of the year. Okay, which is 6 times 6 times 6, equals 216. But anyway, my whole point to this is I have so many connections to all of this. Okay, and I can't tell you all of it. There's just too much. No, not an Uber driver, taxi. This was a while back. I just drove a taxi. Oh, I forgot the most important part. The owner of the taxi lived on King's Road. That's where the cab would be, on King's Road. Think about how crazy that is. So Elvis is known as the king, right? Oh, and I forgot. Garo equals king. Garo, the word Garo equals the same as the word king. And it was on King's Road, and Ohio is, oh yeah, that's right. Cleveland, check this out. I'm glad you reminded me. Cleveland is a 216 area code, and that's in Ohio. Again, a connection to Ohio, and Trump getting his head wound in Ohio, because 8/4, the day Trump gets his head wound, Obama's birthday, that's the 216th day of the year. And that's the cab I was driving, 216 on King's Road. And my name, Garo, equals king in gematria, exact same numbers. Okay. And by the way, that's a short version of my real name, because I've always gone by Garo. But my real name, the long version, is Garabet, Garabet. All right, and I explained how important the names and what it stands for and all that, which I will be doing again in a future video. Okay, but I don't want to get into every aspect of it, but oh, that's right. I'm glad you reminded me. I forgot the connection with the Cleveland being the 216th, area code in Ohio. My address on my driver's license is Cleveland. You see that? So it's another connection to the 216, because Cleveland is in the 216 area code, which is in Ohio, Yeah, you guys, see, you guys, that's what I love about the people who are taking this seriously, that they remember all these things that I'm forgetting that I've told, you know. It's so it's that's awesome. See, see, those are the people that that's why I'm trying to help people understand. You got to take this serious, because I'm telling you, this is from the Holy Spirit. This is no joke, man. This is no joke. All right. I told you this was my destiny. All right. Anyway, what else? Yeah, I know. Look, I could get into the name further, but I don't know if I want to go into it further. I will show, here, I'll show, here, let me show you something. Here, let me show you how important, just this one thing I'm going to show people. Hold on. So, someone's trying to remind me that Garo has the O, which is the crown. So it would be Gar O, right? And in Armenian, Gar means lamb. So it's the lamb with a crown, Garo, because Gar means lamb in Armenian. And look, what does Gar equal? Watch this. See, this is why it's so awesome. Watch this. I told you this was my destiny. Watch. I hope you guys are watching. It's only 65 people in the chat, Watch this. So, hold on. So the word God, check this out. So the word God equals 26, 17, 55, 10. Okay, so the only number that's not going to match, I'm about to show you something. So every number is going to match except for hold on. So I'm about to show you a different word up here. So 26, 17, 55 is going to match. The only one that's not going to match is the 10. Watch what I'm going to show you. So for the word God. So now, hold on. Look at what Gar equals. Gar. Look at that. See? 26, 17, 55, 19. So it's got the 19 crown, and it equals 74. See? This is what I was telling you. That's what the Satan needs. Satan was 55, and he needs the 19 crown to get it. So it's Gar. You see? And if you put the crown on God, it would be O God, it would be O Gar. And I'm not saying I'm God. Don't even think that. I'm saying that I'm trying to show you the connections, that this was my destiny. It would be the same thing. It would have the same numbers, except for one number being off. Okay, does that make sense? Yeah, like the Garden of Eden. Yeah, exactly. It's all, connected. Anyway, so Garabet, check this out. Let me just show you this. This is going to be the last thing I show. I got to end the video, folks. I'm only on the topic of my name. That's why. There's so much more. Hold on. Let me show you. So watch this. Hold on. Oh, that is so funny. Look at this. Somebody just mentioned, this is very important, what you just wrote. I'm going to show you why. Somebody just mentioned that Cleveland, because I just explained the 216 connection to Cleveland, and that my address was on Cleveland. And somebody just mentioned that they turned the Cleveland Indians to the Cleveland Guardians. And guess what Guardians equals in gematria, which I've told everybody? It equals Armenians. Guardians equals the same word as Armenians. And I told you that Armenians were the first Christian nation. who, as a people, they were the first Christian nation. So Armenians equals, and guardian equals Armenian. Guardians would equal Armenians. You understand? And and wait, I'm gonna tell you. Uh, and what else? There was something I was gonna tell you. Okay, anyway, so my full name, Garabet. Okay, I already told you what Garo's connections, because Gar means lamb. Gar-O would be lamb with the crown. Now, Garabet, check this out. So remember, Gar means lamb, right? So what's left in my longer name? You take out the Gar, you have the ABET left. So Gar equals lamb. What does the ABET equal? Watch this. So this is what ABET equals. Now watch this. What I'm about to show you equals the exact same thing. 2810 8026 for the last 4 letters of my name. All right. Come on, stupid cell phone. So now watch what equals the same. Look at that. So a bet equals the same. I'm about ready to lose it. I'm serious. This focusing this thing. So lamb equals the exact same thing as a bet. Oh man, I'm about ready to lose it, folks. I'm serious. It won't focus no matter what I do. So basically what I'm trying to show you is that lamb equals the same as a bet, which is the last 4 letters of my name. So my name means lamb. You understand? So Gar equals lamb, and a bet equals lamb in gematria. So basically I'm lamb, it's just that, like I said, it's crazy. Anyway, so oh, and by the way, what does Garabet mean in Armenian? Garabet means forerunner. Do you know who the forerunner is in the Bible? It's John the Baptist. He's the one who told everyone there's the Lamb of God who takes away the sins of the world. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. He was the forerunner, folks. You understand? That's what Garabet means in Armenian, forerunner. I can't listen. I'm going to tell people my birthday, but one thing I cannot tell people is my full name. And I'm going to tell you something. My full name is actually the most important thing to this puzzle. But I can't, because there's so many trolls out there who are out to destroy me. So I don't want to go through that. But there are so many pieces of this puzzle I can't even tell you. But I am going to tell you my birthday. And how it connects to all of this. But that's not going to be today. It'll be right before it'll be right before a particular event. Anyway, all right. I think that's it, folks. I can't do this anymore. But what's incredible is that Armenian equals guardian, Yeah, what the heck is going on, man? This is crazy. And then someone just told me that, Cleveland Indians changed the name to Cleveland Guardians. And Cleveland is in the 216 area code. Get it? Anyway, I think that's it, folks. So for the people just getting in, you got to watch the whole video, especially if you're new to the channel, because like I said, I'm going to be doing new videos. Everything, there's going to be no re-uploads. Every video I do from this point on is going to be new videos. All right. But I'm going to go over a lot of the stuff that I showed on the other channel, but a lot of it I'm going to leave out because there's no point in me showing all the exact details, only what's important to this monster charade puzzle. All right. Anyway, I'm trying to think. Is there anything else, folks? Hold on. Is there anything else? Yeah. Yeah, look, folks, I'm the reason I haven't ended the video. I'm trying to think, is there anything of super importance that I have forgotten to say that can, you know, make you understand how this all manifested. Um, yeah, I don't know. But like I said, for the new people, you've got to watch every single video I put out from now on. And for the people who know my videos, you have to watch every single video I put out, okay? Because it'll show you how incredible these coincidences are. Okay, you're gonna be like when I go back and look at some of the info that I had in the past that on my cards that I've written everything down on. I'm like, oh my God, this is unbelievable. How is this possible? When I go back and look at all the information over again, it's unbelievable. Yeah, to all the people saying nice things, God bless you, appreciate it. Oh, I forgot the most important thing, my addiction to horse racing, it's called the sport of kings. Horse racing is called the sport of kings. And why did I have to go through that? I told you I've been suffering all my life, folks. You understand? The gambling is the worst addiction in the world. Okay, it destroys everybody around you. Anyway, Jesus saved me from nothing could save me. Jesus saved me from my gambling addiction. Okay, once I was saved, I didn't have that in me anymore. I wanted to nothing to do with it anymore, and that's when it happened on that original Jurassic Liars 26 channel that just got terminated. Anyway, so why did I have to be involved in this horse racing? Because it's so incredible. Because, like I said, it's the sport of kings, all right? And it's all connected to Elvis, the king, who they called the king. And there's only one king, and that's Jesus. But look, the sport of kings, why did I have to be involved? Because, see, the sport of kings has the triple crown, all right? The triple crown. And why is that important? Because I told you, you have the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. All right, that's the triple crown, and that's what they're trying to imitate here on Earth. The beast system is being produced here. Okay, the beast system knows everything about us, just like God knows. God knows us. The beast wants to know everything about you and control you, and that's what the mark is all about. And the beast system has the unholy Trinity. Not like the Godhead in heaven, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. You have Elvis, Trump, and Obama because Obama was their capstone to Elvis and Trump, the devil twin. And so they're the unholy Trinity. And how did the Triple Crown in horse racing, you know, uh, you know, because I was addicted since I was like even before 18, I got addicted to horse racing, you know. And anyway, so what's so important about this horse racing besides the sport of kings and the Triple Crown? There was a horse who won the Triple Crown the same year Elvis died. Elvis died on August 16th, 1977. There was a horse called Seattle Slew who won the Triple Crown the same year Elvis died in 1977. He won the Triple Crown, and his name was Seattle Slew. That means kill Seattle, slew Seattle. Do you understand? And when did Seattle slew win? Besides the year being the same year as Elvis's death in 1977, the Seattle slew won the Triple Crown because there's three legs of it. It's the first leg is the Kentucky Derby, then the Preakness is the next race, then the last race is the Belmont. You have to win all three to get the Triple Crown. So see, which is not that often, only like 17, I think 17 or 18 horses won the Triple Crown. I have to go back and check now. But so Seattle Slew wins on June 11th, the Triple Crown. Seattle Slew gets destroyed on June 11th. You understand? June 11th, Seattle Slew wins the Triple Crown. And that is why I told you, even that is connected to what I'm telling you here. Because I told you that Elvis manifests on June 11th after a catastrophic event. And I didn't know this information when I made these predictions. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. This came after. This is why what I'm trying to tell you, that this was my destiny. You can't have these kind of coincidences, okay? Man. And yes, and during Obama's presidency, you had the American Pharaoh winning the Triple Crown. Oh yeah, somebody just mentioned that. Yeah, that's good. Seabiscuit too. It's got the C in it, like for Seattle. But anyway, Seattle Slew wins the Triple Crown on June 11th, the same year Elvis dies. Do you understand how crazy that is? That alone is an impossible coincidence. That Elvis dies at the age of 42. Washington's the 42nd state. Seattle's in Washington. Seattle Slew wins the Triple Crown. And Elvis is known as the king who's looking for his crown. Do you get it? And Seattle Slew means to kill. And I told you 6/11 is the date that all of this happens. And I was predicting that before I even knew that Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown on 6/11. Okay? These are 1 in a billion. Not 1 in a million, 1 in a billion coincidences, okay? It's like hitting the lottery 50 times, over and over and over again. Hitting those mega lotteries, It's absolutely impossible to have these kind of coincidences. And guess what? I forgot to mention this because I've mentioned in the videos. You remember I told you that Trump is the 44th and 45th president, right? 44th person, 45th president. 44th person to become president, 45th actual president. And Seattle Slew, and Elvis's death, but Seattle Slew won on 6/11, 1977, from June 11th to 1977. From June 11, 1977 till now, it's 44 years. And on June 11th, it's going to be the 45th year next year. So it's between 44 and 45. Do you get it? This is the moment. Do you understand? Seattle Slew, the 44-45. Trump is the 44-45. And Space Needle equals 44-45. Space is 44. Needle is 45. Space Needle equals fallen angel also. Okay? It's all connected. Every single thing you're saying. All right? You just, like I said, you can believe it. If you don't want to believe it, that's up to you. I'm telling you, I'm telling you that this was all revealed to me through the Holy Spirit, but I didn't know that until I got saved. You know what I'm saying? That I told you this was my destiny. It's come full circle from my obsession with Elvis to my obsession with Trump. It all came full circle. Anyway, all right, folks. I got to end it. That's it. Anyway, take care, and just remember, like I said, if you can't leave Seattle and you aren't going to make plans of leaving between those dates that I told you, for sure leave on June 11th, before June 11th. But if you can't leave between those dates of June 11th and June 14th, which is Trump's birthday, if you can't leave, then you better get right with Jesus, because if there's going to be a catastrophic event and you can't get out of Seattle, there's a chance you might not make it. So I'm trying to tell you, make sure you get right with Jesus. That way, at least you know you're saved after you die, and you have everlasting life. Okay, and because we're all gonna die, so it's all we're doing is getting a few extra days, which is, you know, which is great. But I'm saying we're all gonna have the same end, folks. We just want I just want you to be here to see, Jesus coming in the clouds, or for us to be raptured. That's what I want you to see, and that's why I'm trying to tell you to get out. But if you can't, then just get right with Jesus now before it's too late for you. All right. Anyway, there's nothing else I can tell you, folks. All right. Jesus is God. Thank you for all being here, and like I said, every video you see on this channel is going to be a new video. All right, and then when I do start a new video, a new channel, I'll let you guys know which one to, which channel to subscribe to besides this one. All right, take care. God bless all of you.